Hi, I'm Adrian Revels, the host of I Be On Them Sticks. First, I want to thank everybody who has watched, liked, or subscribed to our channel. In this episode, we go into Is the Phantom 4 Dead? We also get into a deep discussion about the new DJI FPV goggles. We also have a safety tip that I think everybody needs. So, sit back and watch the show. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And also, we're looking for other creative drone pilots out there. We want to get you on the show and discuss your creativity, your thought behind the shot, or maybe even some tips for future drone pilots. Because we all know this year, the Mavic will be under somebody's Christmas tree. So again, I say thank you and watch the show. I'm your host, Adrian Revels. This is my co-host, Ves Cook. What's been going on with you, man?
Not much, man. Working. Trying to get some more work.
I know what you're saying, man. So, we was talking earlier in the week. You had a little situation that you went and helped out on. Why don't you tell our listeners about that?
Wow. Different feeling, y'all. We talk search and rescue. We've looked at it, every aspect of it. Action situation, little girl came up missing locally, and they put it all out through Facebook. All the different neighborhoods came together searching for a couple of days. Long story short, she was found healthy, in good condition, but they wanted some drone work, and I was reluctant because you never think about looking for kids.
Right.
Every situation you think about as adults, going off top, being a parent.
Right.
That was a different chill, but I guess it comes with the territory. So it was an icebreaker, definitely.
Yeah, and after you was telling me all about it, I learned a little something from you on it, man. And that was using drone deploy, man. Why don't you tell our listeners how you utilize drone deploy? See, I can't even talk tonight. Drone deploy.
Well, they actually had search. They had it set up at a after school center. They had a good map of the area. I'd probably say it's probably a 20 square mile map.
Wow. That's pretty large.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
A lot of fields adjacent to the high school where she came up missing from.
Uh-huh.
I've used drone deploy playing with it, and several things around my neighborhood, and the detail and the map coverage that you get. But that was the first thing I thought was I wanted to cover every inch of these fields they gave me.
Right.
So first thought in my mind was drone deploy. I could draw it up, pull it up on the map just like it looked at the area they wanted me to search. Sent the bird up. I wanted to be as effective as I could with the limited batteries that I got. I got 4 batteries, so it equals about 45 minutes of flight with the Inspire.
Yes.
So I thought of maximizing time in the air versus coverage, and drone deploy came to mind, and it worked.
So let me ask you this:
great.
So, what was your altitude? What was you flying at? Like, did you stay at 100 feet, 50 feet? I mean, what did you set that at to get a good visual perspective of the area you were covering?
I stayed at about 75 foot. Trees don't get too tall here in Central Texas because of the heat.
Right. Yeah.
So they're in a lot of tall trees. So 75 foot was adequate. And my only thing I really worried about was power lines.
Right. So, I've used drone deploy before, and I used it just, mapping, basically playing around with it. They have like a 14-day trial. And then I think there's a script for a subscription for $99 a month. But I played around with it. But when you said that, I was like, you know what? I was like, yeah, you could set a map up, set your speed,
quick,
your altitude, quick, and just hit go and record. And you covering some area fast.
Yes.
So,
completely.
Right. And then, you don't have to really worry about going back over that area again, because you just slide the map over to another section of field or area and then start it all over again because it grids it out.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And and the thing is just like they say, use cruise control, you save gas, and I kind of thought of battery power the same way. It just wanted to be the most effective in that, use everything you got and use it wisely.
Yeah, I think you executed that pretty well, man. Definitely pretty well. But you know what, man? You know what we're here for.
Oh, man.
This discussion. And is the Phantom 4 dead? I mean, is it gone? Has DJI killed off the body, the aerodynamic frame that really put them in the business? Because the Phantom 1, and then you had the Phantom 2 all the way up to the Phantom 4. And now we got this Mavic Pro. What do you think? You think that's going to be the new body style, or or what? It kind of makes me think of cars, like a Corvette. You had one body style during this year's, and then they changed the body style up and get are they ever going to go back? Or is this the old Phantom 1, the classic?
They'll have they'll have the styling cues of the old one in some of the new ones. I think the Mavic I think it's going to be a shape changer, literally, it's more aerodynamic. Camera quality wise, we haven't seen that yet. You getting yours. I'm sure you're going to put your report together. I'm going to put my order in.
Oh yeah. I can't wait to get it, man.
But as far as shape wise, yeah, it's more aerodynamic. I think that's going to be the wave of the future.
Me personally, and I kind of see where you're coming from, but in a way, I don't think they killed off the Phantom 4 body. And the reason for that is even though the Mavic is what it is, but I think it's more of a selfie style sport enthusiast drone. Now, in capable hands, it could be one of the best creative tools you could have if you're, a photographer, videographer, or whatever. You know what I mean? But I don't think they necessarily went for the karma when they put it out. I think they just went for a market, and they created a whole kind of new market for DJI, and that's small, compact, easy to fly, and can take anywhere. Versus the Phantom is like that next level up. And I could be totally wrong, but that's just my guess at it. Because at first I was leaning the way you were, like, oh yeah, yep, it's over with. But then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, that the price on it, the price is down. The price is down at the $749 level. So you better believe that Christmas, it will be underneath the tree. You're gonna get a lot of people who's gonna buy one of these. But the sad part about it is they're going to buy it with the misconception of, I can just power this thing on and go fly. Wrong idea. Right. You need to learn the rules of the sky. You need to learn what to do when your bird, just acts like it don't know where to go because it ain't going where you tell it. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that's going to happen during Christmas. But they in that sub level where anybody can afford it for $749.
Yeah.
But then when you step up into the Phantom 4, where you're paying $1,000, $1,100, I think it was $1,299 when it first arrived. That's a whole different market. And now the Phantom almost treated like a pro bird. I mean, in the right hands. I use my Phantom 4 for mostly everything. I mean, I say all the time, there's different tools for different jobs, but that's how I utilize it. But I really can't see it, man. I don't see it being dead.
We'll see. It remains to be seen right there.
Right. Well, and I also see where you're coming from, because to me, what they done is they took the motherboard, I'm gonna call it the motherboard, inside of the Phantom 4, and they just slimmed it down, made it more rectangular, and then fit it in that frame, and bam, there you go. Yeah. Now you basically got a revamped Phantom 4. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see. I just hope that, here's what I hope. I just hope that some of the features, which are software features, that they put in the Mavic, they'll put in the Phantom 4. I mean, because that whole gesture thing, that is nothing but software driven. I
As
mean, I could
as
be
an
told, I
update,
could be,
talking about as an
yes,
update, yeah.
as an update. I could be totally wrong, but I don't think so. I mean, I don't think the sonar sensors got anything to do with, making a square like this and it takes a picture of you or waving your hands at it or any of that. I think that's all software driven. But what I do like is that they added the tripod mode, which again, that goes back into the conversation I had with you about profiles. It would be nice to have profiles to be able to say, okay, I'm gonna go fly this building today. I need, soft, slow stick input. So I'm gonna switch it to this mode because it's gonna already have my gain settings set up so I can fly like that.
That'd be nice.
That'd be real nice. So then like when you going out and flying them bridges, you know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe you out in the wide open anyway.
Right.
So maybe you want to fly it a certain way. I mean, because every time you put the bird in the air, it's a different flying experience anyway.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
certain situations are typically the same, especially if if I want to do the same shot over and over and over again, then I want the same kind of characteristics every flight. So I want my settings to be the same every time.
Yep. There you go.
So that'd be nice, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Lee, I mean, let's venture in on this shape changing. What do you think? Okay, with the implied Mavic technologies, what do you think for the new Inspire? Want to give me just a tip of that?
me personally, I think they're gonna stick with the same frame. It's a good frame. I mean, it would take a whole lot for me to buy in on an Inspire 2. It would take a whole lot. And when I say a whole lot, I say definitely more battery life. Man, battery life, I don't even know that I could buy in on the sensors and everything because I get all that, but that bird is meant for people who know how to fly, who be on them sticks all the time. That to me, that's what the Inspire is. It ain't for your average Joe. I mean, you got to be on the sticks all the time.
I'm just wondering, can we make it just a little quicker deployable, a little more modular? And I mean by maybe a fold-up big version of the Mavic. Folding props. I'm just saying.
Well, I honestly think the whole quick release thing is out the window now because of the way that the props are on the Mavic. That's the same style that they had on the S900. So I could see them putting those type of props on the new Inspire. I visually can't see a way to fold it up in that same frame style. In that same frame, I don't see it. Now, if they was to make like a maybe a 600 or 700 millimeter size frame that is the Mavic, same frame and everything, and call it Inspire with a modular camera system.
Oh wow.
Then I could see, because then now we're down to, yes, it's bigger, but it's more portable. Because that's the bad thing about the Inspire. It's not easy to transport. I mean, heck, I bought a van just to haul mine around. I mean, because I got tired of pulling it out the case, putting on the camera, powering it up. I got tired of all that. So now I ride with the case in the back with the batteries in it, and it's ready to go with the blades on and everything. I just pop the hatch, set it on the ground, power it up, and throw it in the air, and I'm done. I'll keep my case by my sliding door. So when I land, I just pick the bird up, set it on there, pull the battery out, put another battery in. I'm back in the air. But I could see if they done it like that, made a bigger version of the Mavic. That would be insane.
We didn't even see the Mavic coming. We didn't even see that. We didn't know it was a foldable. We knew it was going to be a new drone.
Right.
We anticipated, for a while there, the Inspire, and it was going to be something else. And
yes,
we did not anticipate a folding pocketbook, a woman's clutch purse size drone.
No,
and that has a 4.3 mile range on it. That's
right. That's insane, man. It's insane. I can't, like I said, I can't wait to get my hands on it. This will be my first time doing some real testing on it, and I hope the listeners or the watchers stick around, stay on our channel because it's going to grow. We're learning every day on how to do this. This is my first time doing it, first time Vest doing this podcast thing, and we're going to try to grow this channel and keep it really about a little bit of tech, but more on the creative side, and then we want to talk safety because safety is a big thing for me anyway, and I know it is for him. But one more thing, man, before we wrap this show up, because we pounded this a little bit this week though. The DJI FPV goggles.
Oh wait.
As I said before, DJI likes to beta test. I mean, they usually do it on their low end and then they roll it out in the high end. I mean, what do you see with these new goggles? Have you read up on them or seen anything on it yet?
I seen an advertisement. It was drone store. They were selling a whole FPV setup, which included the Phantom 4, the Zeest brand head display, which actually uses your mobile phone, at $139 price range. Now, we all know we have sensors in our phone that would actually make it to where, and I really like the idea where you went with DJI making a head control set out of these FPVs. Share that idea with us.
Yeah, so when I was talking to you about it, in my mind, I think that what they're going towards is that these goggles, which they're supposed to be wireless, because at first I was like, well, DJI is going to make a proprietary connection like they did with the CAN bus port. So you're gonna have to CAN bus these FPV goggles into your remote. But from what I heard and what I've seen, should I say, on video, that they're wireless and they're probably gonna be using this new OcuSync, which is like Lightbridge 3. So what I see is they're beta testing it now so that whether it be the Inspire 2 or the M600, what'll happen is you'll put these goggles on and they'll connect right to the camera or the gimbal and it'll head track. So now you just hand the goggles to a DP and tell him now you get the shots you want. I'm gonna do the flying. That's what I see, because that would be so insane, especially then too if you could hand like 2 or 3 goggles out and be able to be like
signal. Yeah,
and make one a master to control the camera, and then everybody else is a slave, and they're all feeding off of this one signal coming from this bird. I could see that. I could see that. I mean, we're almost there anyway. And all that really is accelerometers and gyroscopes and software. The hardware is there already. I mean, I don't even see why, really, because they got us on the second remote. They really did. But I don't see why you can't control the gimbal with your cell phone. Like, why can't you do like GoPro did and just pair it up with your tablet, whatever you're using with the remote, and just be slave and control the camera.
So you're saying multiple user share all interfaced into one signal coming off one bird, one to control the camera and the other two to just observe, or multiple to observe.
Yeah, because it'd be no different than what they're doing for FPV races right now.
Right.
I mean, you just get on the channel and you there.
So
you know what I'm saying? I mean, and this is what I'm surprised that hasn't happened. And I hope we ain't going long here, but y'all hang on with us for a minute, because we're gonna share some predictions here. Because I'm surprised that really DJI hasn't put out a piece of hardware that is basically Lightbridge for SLR mirrorless cameras, kind of like the Connex or Teradek wireless system, because they've already got the technology down. They've got it down. They've already put it out in Lightbridge 1. They put it out in Lightbridge 2. So the technology's there. They just haven't made it really more marketable to somebody who wants to, let's say they're on a football field and they're running a ground camera, but they want a wireless feed back to a what I want to call another room in the stadium where somebody's doing the switching between all these wireless cameras down on the field. I'm surprised they haven't dropped a product like that. But with this OcuSync, it's just broadcast a signal and put out headsets and pick it up. It's a wrap.
And what about that other little tip we talked about? Maybe a portable cable cam?
Yeah.
That's another show. We need to get into that somewhere else.
Yeah, that would be the next thing, if they could ever get into that. But
because as part of the 107 and FAA rules, can't fly near stadiums or over them during the game. But they got plenty of cable cams for pro football. So let's think smaller scale for the industrial guys, the guys out here actually filming an affordable set. Something that's stow and go, something that's sturdy to stand up to a windy stadium. For the prosumer.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think if they made something, it would be good. If it could be adaptable to the Ronin, any one of the Ronins, which would only need like a dovetail connection, then it'd be good to go, man. I could see them doing that.
We got to do that.
I could really see them do that.
We'll have to check that out.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. So I'm glad that we got the people that are watching and continue to watch us, man. I know that we haven't done anything as far as creative go, showing some of our work or other people's work, but we getting into that right now. The topic is the new Mavic and its uses and its use case, and we want to make sure that the people that we interact with get the information and they hear it from us first. I mean, there's a lot of info out there on the internet, but me and you both, we scour it all day. We try to collectively put it together. But I say all that to say that we're looking for people to be on the show. If you a drone pilot, remote command pilot, whatever you want to call yourself now, but you be on them sticks, reach out to us. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you do. We'd like to have you on. Tell us about what you do. Maybe talk about an image you created, some video you shot, how you shot it. The whole behind the scenes. That's really what I want to get into. That way we can help other people be creative. I mean, that's my passion in all this. I don't really want to bash or should I say get on the topic of 107 and all that, because everybody's already talking about that. But nobody's talking about, hey, so what did you do going in doing this shot here? Did you scout out the area? Did you have somebody doing visual line of sight? What did you do to get that shot? That's what I want to talk about and do. So, man, you got a tip for us, a safety tip?
I do.
I know you do.
I do. Battery maintenance. Mine's getting up there in numbers of flights. Be sure you're maintaining your batteries. Whosever method you use, to each his own.
You're right.
There's several theories out there on battery care and maintenance. Do battery care. It's very important, especially going into the cooler months.
And I'm gonna make this real quick. I'm gonna make this real quick. But because me and you, we was on the Facebook forums. When everybody was talking about battery maintenance, and you need to do this and you need to do that, and so we ended up just coming up with our own method together, basically. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And it works for us. I mean, for me, I set my batteries to 10 days. And before it gets to the 10th day and I ain't flying, I just go ahead and decharge them or discharge them, should I say, down to either 50 or 30%, and I'm good. If I want to cycle them, then I just plug it in and let it run until they die, and then I charge them back up. And that's just been my method. And I stick to it. And I kind of learned that too from dealing with lipos. I mean, I really wish they would get back to lipos. I mean, the real lipos, because I just love the science behind learning about lipos and how they work, and hooking them up in parallel, and just just all that stuff, dealing with the different type of connectors and, setting your battery voltage and you being able to, dump 20 amps into a battery and, set it for 10 minutes and it's charged, just crazy stuff like that. You can't do it no more with these so-called smart batteries, but I definitely wish they would get back to that. But here's a tip that I would give people. If you're flying 30 minutes past sunset, make sure that you're visible, because you can see the bird blinking, but make sure you got on something reflective so that whoever's around you can see you. Whoever's trying, wants to walk up on you, because people, for some reason, we know the reason, love to come up and ask, how much did that thing cost? Where'd you buy that?
Can I see what you see?
Right. Can how far will it go? How fast is it? Make sure them people don't, just kind of walk up on you and not see you, run into you, knock your remote out of your hand, whatever the case may be. It's really all about safety. I mean, yeah, I know sunset, we're going into the fall months, so the sun's setting a little earlier. So yeah, make sure you're visible, wear a vest, something reflective. That's what I do when I'm out at night. So
that's a good one.
Man, where can they find you at, man?
I'm on Instagram, y'all. I hang out on Instagram. Getting the website put together. Got to study the 107. Working, dad. Hang out with Adrian. We talk daily, y'all. We live 2 states away, but
right.
We that interested. We so interested. Well, he is. This man was willing to skip his birthday last night, and I prevented a tragedy of the missus choking him out for doing such.
Right.
So, happy late birthday, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. One. Oh yeah, I had me a nice big 20-ounce steak. I had to have that. You know what I mean? But yeah, birthday was good, man. Birthday was real good. But you guys can find me on Instagram at Mr. A Revels. You can find me on Facebook as Topeka Drone. And if you want to send us an email or anything, email us at info@topekadrone.com. So, man, until next time, y'all stay on them sticks. We out.
Peace.